Hello, everyone. Thank you, Stefan, for having me here. For those who haven't had the opportunity to compete against me in the past, my name is Bartek Igla. I'm originally from Poland when I was representing Polish national team in multiple junior categories for more than a decade. Since 2015, I'm living in Switzerland. I also had the privilege to represent it in the multiple competitions. Beside the bridge, I am co-founder and the CTO of data analytics platform, ETF Book, where we collect, analyze, and sell high-quality data and analytics to institutional clients. Everyone who is interested in ETF data, you're more than welcome to contact me. So that's about myself. So let's start to play. Word number one. I have a regular opening that many people would maybe overcall one of Trump. I don't feel like that's the proper beat here, since there's good 4 3 I just decided to open one club, and my partner he responded one spade. I guess just overcall one no charm and see what he got. There is this tendency to pass one spade in such a sequence with 3 spades, but yeah, it's just not correct. When you have 14 points, you still have a chance to win the game, and sometimes one no charm is simply better. Like here, regular 8 count. So what we have here looks like we are in the good contract. The ace of diamond lead. If we are lucky, we still have a communication to our diamonds. So we'll try to just cash as much as possible. We still have a chance to cash some things in diamonds and in spades. They're playing hard, which is probably a good play because they can cut me off. They would like to cut my communication to the diamonds. I might need to decide at this point how I would like to go back to the hand. So by now I can just take the trick. Can play the diamond if he jumps. Just have a shoot with the entrance. If he doesn't jump, then I have to decide maybe if I would like to finesse time due to the communication issues, or maybe I rather just take the trick with the queen and try my luck in spades. I think I'm gonna do that because I mean, it's a bit risky to play small now. It's brave play, but it's probably too risky. So the bidding also started pass. So the guy would be sitting with ace king 10 5 times in diamonds. That's probably not well. There's a big chance he would overcall. So I just play the queen. I have a lot of chances in the other suits. Small. So there's a big chance he's sitting with ace king 10 4 times. I need to get back to my hand. Or try to use the ace of spades and play the diamond. It will be this rather safe play, but I still have some chance in spades to take some tricks. So maybe it's better just to play the jack. If he plays the queen or king, it's much easier. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm in the luxury situation. I can choose to either establish spades or to establish diamonds. I guess I will go for spades. Just if you think about it, it just gives you one trick more. So you can cash 3 spades, 3 hearts. I have a communication issue, so if I play the spade now, you will play the club, then cut. Maybe I will play the small spade. I'm completely cut in this situation. And unblock. Play the spade. They need to tag. Then they will just wait with 2 clubs, diamond and spade. I will take +1. Maybe it's a bit better to just play safely. I need to unblock the hearts because if I play the spade now or diamond, they will just take it and they will play the club. My hearts will never see. Right? So if they make a mistake now, they'll probably not. They're quite a good defenders. If they make a mistake now and they play down queen, they did not, they ducked, so they are good actually. I will try to catch my heart. Then I can still play down. If I play the spade later, they will just catch the spade, open clubs, and just take the rest of the tricks. I probably cannot do anything. I can maybe try to play the small club. They didn't find the if they return club, maybe I can play the ace and block the suit and somehow play spade. Maybe it's blocked. Not risky actually when I think about it. Okay, so the diamonds are not interesting anymore. I think I'll just play the small club and maybe they're gonna make some kind of mistake. They play the club back. If someone is sitting with doublet on clubs and four spades, which is unlikely, I will be able to block the suit, but then probably they're just gonna catch the diamond now. Play the club back and we are done. Yeah, so he had a chance to discard the spade. So if I had I played the nine of diamonds small, it would actually work. It's not the most obvious play, maybe. We go to the results, we look at the board. Yeah, I could have had my one trick more, but probably I would have to play the nine of diamonds and play small to achieve it. Maybe that even was too late. If I had known the spade distribution, I could play for spades, but it would be rather not the best chance to play. I think it was rather normal. Still had a chance, but I think that it's going to be a standard score. To take +2, they would have to make a mistake, and they are quite good, so I think that was fair. Okay, the next board's 5 spades, not the best quality. 10 points with a queen jack, still for the overcall. I think I like to overcall with most of the hands that are reasonable, and that's like a minimum. For those such an overcall in red, you can pay a lot. So you have a bad suit, you have a queen jack, your partner will cause one no trump, and for that you just pass. So I think you're in a good spot. You have around 20 points. Spades are not going to be your major suit to play with, so I guess we are in the good contract. Nice 11 points, opposite my 10, 21 points. No 8 card suited the major. Looks like one no trump is the proper contract. We do have extra information from the bidding. Most of the points. So we have a 21 points. You see the 8 points on the 12 points on the right side with East. That gives you roughly 33. So that gives around 7 points to the other guy. With 7 points, you can start to make some assumption. If he got the 7 points and he got the stopper in spades, he could overcall one no trump. Or if he has his 7 points and 4 hearts, he could double. So he's missing something, either points or stopper or 4 hearts. There's a small chance that the guy on the east is sitting with 4 hearts. We have to somehow decide if we play via diamonds or clubs. So diamonds from the bidding, you might expect having 4 of them by east, unless he's 4-4-3-2. I'll probably play for my club chance. I don't want to open spades because if the king is on the east, then the whole suit could be. Oh, when you play the clubs, you can play the 10. If the key covers covered, then you go back and you play again to the 8, let's say. That's nice. The issue here is that we are not having too much communication. So maybe that's a little bit wiser to play small to the 8 and maybe end play this guy. It's also not so bad. He can catch the heart if he has one. But then if he plays the diamond or spade, it's actually quite good for us. So let's try this trick. Even if he takes with the 9, maybe if he returns club, it's a little bit unplayed. It's actually, see, that's interesting. So the 8 actually holds. So it looks like the guy is sitting with king, queen, 9, 4 times, so 5 times. I don't see the 3, so well, difficult to say if it's 4 or 5. Maybe even 5. Now we have to decide. So we are a little bit blocked. If we play the club, the bad thing about playing club back now, it's only good thing is that we're gonna establish two club tricks if we duck. So he takes and later we can finesse it. The bad thing is that he opens spade and we want to keep east end plate. There's a huge likelihood that he's sitting with ace, king of hearts, king of spades and king of diamonds. That gives him 13 points per opening. So let's try to end play him once more. So he's going to take this one. If he has four hearts, he can catch the heart. He have to play the diamond back, but it's like we don't want West to get to the hand too early so that he cannot play the spade. And now it looks like this guy on the west east. Let's see how many diamonds he's got. So he's got four hearts. Spade. We cannot discard the spade because he will just open the spade and we still have to give one club trick. That would be painful. Clubs, potentially, I see that we can establish those. So we have to discard the diamond. There's a small chance that the nine of diamonds makes a trick. Rather not. So we can do it rather safe. Of course, there was a second line. Instead of playing by clubs, we could end play this east guy with the diamond, probably, because he's probably sitting with all of them. And would also make our life easier. And then he would be end play and give us a spade trick, but that looks a little bit safer just to play by clubs. Because the clubs, we can be quite sure that the guy's sitting with king, queen, 9 four times. Play the small as well. The guy played the small actually. Let's say there's no player who would play the small having king, queen, 9 small. But it will not cost him anything because the trick will go back to his partner anyway. Because as I said, I don't have a diamond now. If I stay with the diamond, I could then play the east with the diamond, but I mean, you cannot expect the guy to not put a king or queen. Try to unplay this guy. So East was sitting with four diamonds, four hearts, two clubs, and three spades. He needs to have a king of spades, otherwise he opens with the ugly 11 points, but that costs us nothing to try it out because we have such a small numbers in spades that we're not gonna establish spade trick anyway, so that costs us nothing to unplay West, let him play the spade. But when he discarded the 10, you can expect that he's sitting with king jack 10 at this very point. So that doesn't look like we have any chance with that. But yes, let's see. So at the end, I managed to take 8 tricks. I was lucky with the clubs. I managed to take 3 club tricks. If I started with the small to the jack, trying maybe to catch something like queen second time, which is less probable, I would end up with only 2 club tricks, but then I could end play this east guy. If I managed to keep the communication somehow, I would have some issue with that actually, to be honest, because if I play the small to the jack, I take the trick, that's great, but now I have to establish this diamond. I play the small to the queen. He takes with the king and he played the club, and I don't have entry to my ace of diamonds even. So that would be rather bad. I'm expecting rather decent score here. Still, the spades were 3-3, so if I start to play with spades, I give away 3 hearts, 2 spades, and maybe the club or diamond, so that would also work actually. In next hand, 18 points, 5 diamonds, we open 1 diamond. Heart. Some people might be 2 spades with this hand, I don't think like a spade with such a suit, it doesn't look really good. Chances that 1 spade will go pass out small. It's interesting. So my partner, he actually did a game try that gives him around 10 points and he's got 4 diamonds. 28 to 30, it's not enough for the standard point wise, but we know that we have a nice 9 diamonds. And we actually have a great hand when you think about it. In terms of, I mean, we have a controls in each and every suit. Even if he has values in hearts, you can still teach some clubs on that. So the worst case, if you play the slam, that is that you lose two spades. If you're sitting with three small spades, you are probably doomed. You have to make some decision. It's not easy. I think I would like to go for a slam and to do this hand. Also, like I could beat Fino Trump, then I can have five diamonds and two clubs. And if they start with the clubs, you might end up with losing Fino Trump at some point when, let's say, your partner is with Queen, Jack, and spades. Probably you're gonna win Fino Trump. You have too many points. I would like to try out the slam anyway. In the good mood. Some other day I would beat only Fino Trump with this hand. So if I would like to go for the slam, it's a little bit tricky because three hearts in principle show some hard feet. Three spades. Supposed to be some problem with the stopper in clubs. Or 6-5. I will go for four clubs. Let's try it. I don't think that it. If I don't go for Fino Trump, playing five diamonds will not bring anything because I'm gonna lose probably to the guys who beat Fino. And that's the worst bit he could do. So I beat four clubs and he just jumped immediately into five diamonds. So now I have an issue. Fino Trump is probably better paid. So if I let five diamonds to play, there's a big chance I'm going to lose against everyone who's playing Fino Trump. So that's a little bit risky now. So potentially, what's the worst hand he can have? I mean, he can have a very bad hand, but I say he's Queen Jack in diamonds. King Queen in my singleton still gives 8 points, and I'm not completely hopeless. If he's sitting with three small spades, I am. The problem is that Fino Trump, you take those 9 or 10 tricks. If you take 10 tricks, I cannot compete with 5 diamonds. I think I will go for a slam anyway. Maybe he just beat 5 because he doesn't have any controls, since I have almost all of them. So that's not the bid I would recommend. If I play the teams, I would pass. For the match, I would beat. So it's actually not so bad. You see that he's got extremely bad hand, and this lead was quite good. But even after that lead, I don't have to do much more than just drafting to spades 2 times. Otherwise, on the heart, I can discard my club. So if I manage to draft 2 spades, I get rid of all my losers from the hand. And I can even afford to write, because the diamonds are at least 3-1, I can afford to rough ones with the jack. So even if spades are 6-3, 6-2, it will not hurt me, which is unlikely. But so when you play the slam, it's much easier to counter, how to get rid of all of your losers. I don't blame him for beating 5 diamonds. He got ugly 11, no aces, and singleton queen. So cannot be much worse when you think about it. I keep the king of clubs so that I have an entry later to my king of hearts, so I can safely cash it once I rough my spades, and I'll try to climb. That's maybe too early. They can overrough the spade, but if they don't overrough the spade, it's just unlikely. I rough the spade, I play back the heart. I can rough the spade again with the jack, cash the trumps, and play ace king. So I lose only if they rough the first. If they rough the spade now, that would require spades to be 7-1. Not really likely. So if I play 2 tricks more, then they can deny my claim. I will wait for West to play the trick, but then now I can rough the spade with the jack of diamonds, play diamond back, cash all diamonds, and I still have an entry with the king of clubs to the king of hearts to discard the club. So we managed to win. As I said, after such a beating, if I started with one spade, they jumped to 5 diamonds, I would probably pass. Here, the main motivation was that I was expecting it to be compared against no trump. Pass one club. I have kind of the obvious overbeat one heart. So now my partner, he beat 2 clubs, which means that he's got some values, 10, 11 points, that's good, and he's got he would like to play. I definitely have enough to compete on the level 2. I would say I can compete on the level 3, but I'm not even close to play the game, I'm afraid. So right now I will just try 2 hearts, because I know if they gonna beat something, I will beat 3 hearts. I'm not afraid of them beating, seeing my 4 spades. So he actually beat 2 spades. That's either he did it with 3 cards in spades and let's say 5 clubs. I mean, they're in red, so they would incentivize me actually to double them because what are my choices? I can beat 3 hearts, then I am fighting for 140. I could double them, trying to get full 200, which would be then a part score, and I'm not close to the game, so maybe I would actually double them. Because I think they are trying to play 7 card suit. So let's see. Even if they have a 4 space, maybe my partner would take it out. Oh, he didn't. So now I have 2 lines. Either I can play the heart and try to shorten them and keep the control over the spades, or I can start with the diamond and try to cash something like a 1 or 2 diamond tricks, 2 spade tricks, and rough 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I will go for this singleton option. We can still adjust later. Under leading the king, it doesn't sound super good. So, okay, so diamond, my partner took it with the queen. So you see the void in the dummy. That's quite interesting, actually. The dummy is super strong. It's not the typical takeout double. So you see that the voids, you can expect the guy is sitting with 5 or 6 clubs, maybe 3 or 4 spades. You see 4 hearts, so the east is sitting with a singleton heart as well. What I would like my partner to do. If he has the ace of hearts and 4 diamonds, maybe the easiest is just cash 2 diamonds, route the 3rd diamond, cash ace, king, ace, and down 1. But if he doesn't, if he has 5 diamonds, I don't have anything to promote. And also, if he doesn't have ace of hearts, then the best would be now to play heart and try to shorten the dummy. I need to leave him both options on the table. I think I'll discard the heart, so high heart, so maybe he will give me the rough if he has a middle one, so he knows to give me the rough anyway. Could also, if he's got a solid clubs, I could also let him play spade, but I don't believe so. On the other hand, the other guy, he didn't beat anything after 2 clubs, which is weird. I think I will try to play heart, since we aren't going to establish this heart. Seeing Jack 10. So he went this way, so I just follow my partner, I rough it, and I hope that he's sitting with the ace of hearts. And if he does not, there's a risk the next 10 tricks they would just rough. I can try to cash ace and king just in case. It costs me nothing. And I would reduce the number of from their side anyway. So this guy is sitting with 4 small spades, and I'm curious if he's having 3 or 4 spades. He should not have 4. If he has 4, he should be 2 spades immediately. Exactly. So if I play the spade now, he's locked in the dummy. So unless he got the jack in diamonds, 3 small spades. If he's sitting with the ace of hearts and solid spades I cannot do anything anyway. I think the best is to play heart now. So I play once heart. If I play the spade, I just need. It just depends if the guy is sitting with a full. What was the quality of his club? But if I play the heart, there's a tiny risk that if I play the spade, he takes it with 10. And if he has ace, king, queen, jack of clubs, he will just discard all of those. So that's why I would play the heart. I just want to beat it by one. So. And if also he had the ace actually, which is fine. So he had the ace of hearts. My partner played the 9. Now it's so he should not have ace of hearts and ace, king, queen, jack of clubs. I don't think that he will, if he is able to establish the clubs, they couldn't do anything anyway. Yeah, so he gave this club trick to my partner with a king. So that's probably even, it's going to be down 2 if it was the king. So now that was his last trump. So there's a big chance I'm going to take this heart. I'm not actually, he's supposed to have ace of clubs as well. Yeah, exactly. So now he plays the ace of clubs, discarding the heart, and we are good. One down. That's exactly what I was aiming for. So I'm expecting a good score in this one. It's not obvious to double. Many people will just pass or beat 3 hearts. 3 hearts you might win, but it's a lot of work. So I'm rather expecting a good score here. I would also beat 2 spades with his hand, singleton in hearts and 3 spades, and he was lucky not to go to 3 clubs after double. If he goes to 3 clubs, I might have an issue that I don't know if I beat 3 hearts or pass. Probably I would just pass and wait for some collaboration from the partner. Okay, the last board. 1 heart opening, pass. Have a great hand with this feet. Some people are hiding feet when hiding back side suit if they have such a great feet. Hey, I would like to show it anyway. So I just start with 1 spade and see what happens. 2 clubs doesn't look really great, so I don't see my big chances for the slam, to be honest, in such a hand. We already had our chances for the slam in this set. You need a lot in the ace queen of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. Well, that's 15, 14. And then the slam looks not bad. Let's try just to make a game forcing for a moment. So 4-shot game forcing, just to give him the chance. So we just make a game forcing with the intention to show the hard feed later, and with the intention to not make any positive bid if he. So let's do it like that. If he responds some qubit slam try, so that's qubit, but it doesn't show any extra value. So we play serious, non-serious. So if he plays Fino Trump, that would show that he's got extras and QB. And this played is just a courtesy qubit, yeah. So he doesn't promise an extra, but he just qubit. So just not to blindly close the bidding. I recommend this convention to play for everyone. It helps a lot to, first of all, to show the controls, but from the second hand to show the, if you are in the range to play the slam or not. In such a case, I'm not showing my controls because if he's minimum, I'm not interested in the slam anymore. So I just have to close the bidding. Some players, they mistakenly they just give the qubit because it's below the game, but I consider it as a mistake if you have a minimum and you are not interested in the slam, because you just give the qubit and partner expects that his minimum is good enough for you, so that he has to evaluate his hands towards the minimum. Yeah, so he's really sitting with 12, opposite our 12, looks good. Maybe because of our bidding, we help them with the lead. So without our bidding, maybe they could lead the club or something. But then now they just cash the diamond because we did a Q bid in clubs. No, we didn't do a Q bid in clubs, but we bid 2 clubs anyway. Probably doesn't matter. They would cash those 2 diamonds anyway. And what happens next? I mean, spades looks solid. So now it looks like we have enough tricks. The worst case, we just have to establish spades if they're 4-1 or 5-0 or rough 1 club. So the only issue is that it's in hearts. So we can play the king of hearts, trying to catch the queen. There are 2 ways. I mean, if you play teams and you cannot lose the trick in hearts, you play small to the ace, and then you can catch queen 10 4 times in each and every side. If you're playing match points, you might want to start with the king. So potentially, if the queen 10 is 4 times in, you can catch all of 4 tricks, which is probably something you would like to have. Especially that well, I'm quite hopeless if they are not splitting, if they're not behaving properly, but let's try to be pessimistic at that time. So just play the small to the ace. If there's a queen 10 4 times, you're gonna lose over trick. Salavi. Small. So probably didn't matter much. So we just play the second heart and we give or we give not the heart trick. We are not in a position to finesse anyway. So yeah, okay. So of course you could play the king and finesse, but that's not obvious play. If you assume that the guy was leading from ace, king, queen in diamonds, maybe you can make such a prediction. But so now we just give 1 heart. We just play our tricks and he will just rough at some point. So you don't even have a spade break because you just play, you rough, you play spades, you rough. So exactly, the guy was leading from ace queen. As he led the ace and queen, he didn't have a king. Maybe there will be some assumption if he has ace king queen that he doesn't have a queen of hearts you could finesse. But in such a case, I wouldn't do that. Oh, well, you can also assume that if he's leading the ace, he's got more diamonds. But since we have only 2 against 2, the difference is not big enough to justify finessing the heart on the side. Okay, that was it. So thanks a lot for having me here today, Stefan. Thanks everyone for watching and enjoy the play. I'm waiting for any comments, positive, negative, constructive. Thanks. Ciao, ciao.